Salam sejahtera ya. So, hari ini saya akan bincangkan tentang parabola. So, mohon rujuk buku panjang untuk example 25.
Find the focus, directrix, and vertex of each of the following parabola and sketch their graph. So given the situation where we have bracket y plus 2 bracket square is equals to 8 multiplied with x minus 1. So now what we have to do is to express the situation in the standard form, where we have y minus k bracket square equals to 4p multiplied with x minus h bracket. In this case, where we have the situation y squared, so means that the graph will be open to the left and open to the right. So where we have p less than 0 and p greater than 0. Next step is to identify the vertex, where we have hk. So by referring to the situation, compare the value h and k. So the vertex will be equals to 1 and negative 2. Next, compare the 4p is equals to 8. So p is equals to 2. So since the p is greater than 0, so it will open towards the right. So next what we have to do is to refer to the graph. So now what we have to do is...
Okay, mohon perhatian ya. So, tajuk diberi parabola. So, sebenarnya kuadratik dia berada dalam keluarga parabola. Okay, so saya mulakan dengan yang pertama, standard form. So, bila you nampak y squared, automatic graph dia kiri kanan. Kita panggil open towards the left, open towards the right. So macam mana kita nak tahu dia open left ke right? Merujuk kepada nilai P. Okay, so kalau kiri, maksud saya kiri, dia bukan di sini. Dia mungkin berada di sini dan dia buka ke kiri. So kalau dia less than 0, saya kata dia face negative side. Kalau dia greater than 0, saya kata dia face positive side. So itu saya. Bila dah tahu standard form, okay, bila dah tahu standard form, ini rupanya, kan? Ini rupanya, ini bentuk dia. So kita panggil dia punya symmetrical axis adalah x-axis. Atau kita kata y equals to 0. So mohon catat, symmetrical axis, ini kita panggil x-axis atau y equals to 0. Atau kita boleh kata parallel to x-axis. Keyword dia. Ulang suara. Symmetrical axis. Faham? X-axis atau y equals to 0 atau parallel to x-axis. Standard form. Kemudian kita ada vertex. Di mana vertex? Ini vertex dia. Bucu. Kemudian kita compare, kita dapatkan nilai P. So nilai P ni adalah satu unit untuk you tahu nak bergerak shifting ke right atau left, to up atau down.
To plot the vertex, where we have 1, 1, 2. So we have over here 1, negative 2. Since we have the symmetrical axis is parallel to the x-axis, so where y is equal to negative 2. Then refers to the situation where p is equal to 2, meaning that greater than 0. So the graph will be open towards the right. So basically that will be the idea. So v, 1, negative 2. Next, kindly make use of the value p, units. So we have to find the focus, shifting towards the right for 2 units. So here we have 1, so 2 and 3. So the focus is located over here and the focus is 3, negative 2. As for the directrix, it is opposite the situation. So shifting towards the left for 2 units. So where we will have 1, so 0, 1 unit, and then negative 1. So the directrix will be x is equals to negative 1. So as we all notice that here is 2 unit refers to the P unit, 2 units. And from the vertex to the focus also 2 units. So
Okay, boleh? So kalau you rujuk kepada sini, saya ulang ya, standard form tu penting. Kemudian mesti ada diagram. Kemudian cari vertices dia. Okay, bucu dia lah. Vertex. Okay, kemudian nilai P. Nilai P bagi tahu kita dia open left atau open right. So kalau untuk ini P dia positif, dia open right lah. Boleh kot? Boleh ya? So bila you dah siap vertex you dan you dah tahu dah graph you open left atau right, then kita pun buat lukisan. Kemudian merujuk kepada nilai P ni, kita kira. Kalau dalam ini kita panggil focus, kalau luar ini kita panggil directrix. Faham? So dia mesti bergerak ikut P. So kalau P2, 2 unit. Daripada vertex ke directrix 2 unit. Daripada vertex ke focus pun 2 unit. So sekarang saya akan bergerak ke example yang seterusnya.
Find the focus, directrix, vertex of each of the following parabola and sketch their graph for the situation x squared minus 6x minus 8y plus 1. So the first task is to completing the square so that it becomes the standard form. So x squared minus 6x is equals to 8y minus 1. Focus on the left hand side, completing the square. So x squared minus 6x plus bracket negative 6 over 2 squared minus bracket negative 6 over 2 squared equals to 8y minus 1. So x minus 3 bracket square minus with negative 6 over 2 where we have negative 3 squared. So we will have 9 equals to 8y minus 1. Rearrange the situation. So x minus 3 bracket square is equals to 8y minus 1 plus 9. So x minus 3 bracket square is equals to 8y plus with the 8. Finally, x minus 3 bracket square is equals to 8 bracket y plus 1, where we have the standard form x minus h bracket square equals to 4p multiplied with y minus k. So from there, we have a standard form. So the situation will be open, up, and open down because of x squared. So where we have p greater than 0, p less than 0. The following step is to make sure what we have, the vertex. Kindly compare the. So where we have p greater than 0, p less h bracket square equals to 4p multiplied with y minus k. So from there, we have a standard form. So the situation will be open, up, and open down because of x squared. So where we have p greater than 0, p less than 0. The following step is to make sure what we have, the vertex. Kindly compare the situation and we will have 3, negative 1 for the.
So sekarang rujuk kepada situasi. You nampak ya, diberi general form. So apa yang saya buat sekarang adalah completing the square untuk dapat standard form. Okay, merujuk kepada standard form, kita akan kembali ke example yang sebelum ni lah, iaitu mula dengan standard form, compare dan dapatkan vertices atau vertex. Kemudian teruskan dengan P value and then sketch graph anda.
Vertex. 4p is equals to 8, so p is equals to 2, where p is greater than 0, so open, upward. So kindly refers to the graph. Start with the vertex where we have 1, 2, 3 and negative 1. So here we have the vertex. So as we can see, we have x squared. So it means that the symmetrical axis is parallel to y-axis. X is equals to 3. And we have the vertex 3, negative 1. And we know that the graph is open upward. So let's say the situation is something like this. So next what we have to do is to find the focus. So the focus will be around shifting upwards for 2 units, begins with the vertex. So where we have negative 1, so 1 unit we have 0, then we will have the focus at 3, 1.
Okay, rujuk kepada situasi ni, kita dapat x square. So open up, open down. So rujuk kepada nilai P greater than 0, so open upward. So bila dia open upward, kita pun dapatkan dia punya symmetrical axis, then kita beranggaran nak open up atau open down. Kemudian kira dia punya unit P value tu, so you shifting upward atau shifting downwards.
Next is to have the directrix. So here we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So the directrix will be around here. So y is equals to negative 3. That will be the directrix. So do remember.
So ingat so 2 units for the focus from the vertex, 2 units from the vertex to the directrix. So akhir sekali, jangan lupa tulis formula dia. Okay, pastikan graf anda complete. So seterusnya kita akan pergi ke parabola. So sekarang saya tak bagi you standard form dan saya nak you cari standard form. So information is given atau condition. So merujuk kepada information, dapatkan maklumat, kemudian dapatkanlah you punya equation of parabola.
So first what we have to do is to state the standard form of the parabola. So where we have x minus h bracket square is equals to 4p multiplied with y minus k. And the situation will be open, up, and down, where the p must be greater than 0 if open upward, and p must be less than 0 if open downwards. And the symmetrical axis will be the y-axis. Next, y minus k bracket square equals to 4p multiplied with x minus h. And the situation will be open left or open right, where p must be less than 0, p must be greater than 0 if open towards the right. And the symmetrical axis is x-axis. So kindly refers to the situation where we have the directrix x is equals to negative 4 and the vertex is at the origin. So kindly refers to the diagram. So here we have the origin. Then the directrix is x equals to negative 4. So let's say where we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here we have the directrix. So based on the situation, so very obvious, the graph will opens towards the right. So meaning that here will be the situation with the vertex 0, 0, and then with the value p. If we refers to the situation, the unit is 4 units, and if it open right means that the p is greater than 0. So the p is 4 unit instead of negative 4. So y minus 0 bracket square is equals to 4 with the value p, 4 as well, x minus 0. So finally, y squared is equals to 16x will be the equations of parabola.
Okay, so sekarang you rujuk So step dia adalah you perlu nyatakan formula untuk you buat pilihan lah atau information lah. Kemudian you perlu usaha dapatkan you punya vertex, and then after that dapatkan nilai P. So, kena ingat merujuk kepada graf untuk dapatkan maklumat. So, sekarang kita bergerak ke situation yang keempat. Okay, so lagi satu example untuk parabola. So, kita tengok information apa yang kita dapat.
So before we begin with the discussion, so kindly state the situation. X minus h bracket square is equals to 4p multiplied with y minus k, where we will have the situation. X square means that open up and open downwards, where we have p greater than 0 if open upward, p less than 0 if open downwards. And the symmetrical axis is the y-axis. Next, we have y minus k bracket square equals to 4p multiplied with x minus h. And we will have the situation open towards the left or towards the right. If p is greater than 0, then we will open right. If p less than 0, and we will open towards the left. And here we have the symmetrical axis, which is the x-axis. So kindly.
So, nampak saya draft up dua formula ni untuk saya buat pilihan. Sebelum saya buat keputusan, saya mesti kena rujuk lah condition yang diberi.
Refers to the questions with the given condition. Focus is 0, -3, and the vertex is 0, 0. So kindly refers to the graph. And here we have the vertex at the origin, 0, 0. And the focus is 0, -3, -1, -2, -3. So here we have the focus. So very obvious, the symmetric axis is at the y-axis. So here will be our situation. And I believe that it will open downwards. So it means that the value p would be less than 0. So the distance from the vertex until the focus is 3 units. So in here, the vertex is 0, 0, and the value p is -3. Because here we already mentioned p less than 0 if open downwards. So as a conclusion, x minus 0 bracket square is equals to 4 multiplied with -3 multiplied with y minus 0. So final answer, x square is equals to -12y.
Okay, so harap you dapat pengalaman dari sini. So ini adalah langkah-langkahnya untuk kita buat keputusan. Okay, formula yang mana yang sesuai, kemudian maklumat apa yang kita boleh dapat daripada condition yang diberi. Okay, so seterusnya kita ada situation yang kelima. So, macam biasa, diberi info atau condition. So apa yang you perlu buat adalah nyatakan formula sebelum buat pilihan. Then, berdasarkan graf, pilihlah maklumat yang diberi, masukkan dalam graf, kemudian baru buat keputusan. Formula apa yang sesuai untuk soalan ini.
So first what we have to do is to state the formula, where we have x minus h bracket square equals to 4p multiplied with y minus k. And we have the diagram, open, up, and down, where we have p greater than 0 if open upward, and p less than 0 if open downwards. So kindly refers to the situation. The given condition mentioned that open upward. So meaning that the situation will be this part. And passing through the point 3, 4, and with the vertex 0, 0. So what we have to do is to substitute the situation. Vertex 0, 0. And with the point 3, 4. So x square equals to 4py. Substitute the value 3, 4. So where we have 9 is equals to 4p y is equals to 4. So p is equals to 9/16. So
So berdasarkan soalan ni, saya dapat hints dia open upwards. Bila open up, automatik saya tahu dia adalah x square. Betul? Kemudian saya dapatkan maklumat vertices atau vertex. Kemudian saya dapatkan point. So sudah pasti point ni membantu saya untuk dapatkan nilai P.
refers to the situation p is greater than 0, so meaning that this is correct. So finally, what we have to do is to substitute the situation into the formula. So finally, the answer would be x squared equals to 4p 9/16 y. So x squared is equals to 9/4 y. That would be the equation for parabola.
So sekarang kita bergerak ke example yang seterusnya atau situation 6. So masih sama, you will be given condition. So ulang proses yang sama, nyatakan maklumat. Okay, kemudian rujuk kepada graph untuk dapatkan maklumat vertex dengan P in order to have the equation of parabola.
Find the equations of parabola that satisfy the given condition. So again, state the formula. So x minus h bracket square is equals to 4p y minus k. So the situation will be open, up, and down, where p is greater than 0 if open upward, p is less than 0 if open downwards. Next, y minus k bracket square is equals to 4p x minus h. The situation will be open, left, and open right. And p less than 0 if open left. P greater than 0 if open right. Refers to the situation where we have the vertex 1, 2. The directrix x is equals to 6. Kindly refers to...
So nampak saya nyatakan formula untuk saya buat pilihan. Okay. Kemudian saya nyatakan maklumat yang diberi. Kemudian saya nampak directrix tu diberi. So berdasarkan ini, saya rasa saya tak nampak okay, idea dia macam mana. So saya perlu rujuk kepada graph.
To the diagram. So where we have the vertex 1, 2. So 1, 1, and 2. So here we will have the vertex. So maybe the situation will be open up or down, left or right. By referring to the directrix, where we have x equals to 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here will be the directrix. Since the directrix is x equals to 6, so meaning that the situation will be open towards the left. So meaning that we are dealing with this part. So y minus 2 squared is equals to 4p bracket x minus 1. In order to find p, we must know that where we have the vertex 1, 2. So meaning that here is 1 until this part where we have 5 units. So this one will be the value of p, 5 units. So refers to the situation open towards the left. So the value of p is equals to negative 5. So y minus 2 bracket square is equals to negative 20 multiplied with x minus 1. So here we have the situation.
So nampak berdasarkan soalan ni, kita dapat info kita melalui diagram. Iaitu hints dia. Directrix dia mesti opposite dengan kita punya graph. Okay. So kalau directrix you adalah x equals to, so automatic dia open left atau open right. So kalau directrix you y equals to, automatic lah dia open up atau open down. So harap you dapat pengalaman daripada soalan ini.